Hi everyone, welcome to Mindset Live. I'm Renee.
Yes, and I am John, and we are reporting to you live under our You Have My Whole Heart for My Whole Life sign. Yet another week.
Happy Passover.
Yes, happy Pesach to everyone. I hope you're having a great Passover. We have a new tradition in our house that we're hoping is going to spread to
Really?
Yes, to other homes. And basically, instead of hiding the matzah and then the kids go find the matzah, we are hiding happy gummies and the adults go find those. And of course, we're not making them hard to find.
Okay, that's very fun. Anyway, we have a great guest today.
Yeah, she is here. Her name is Lyons. She is a rock star trainer, positive body image, muscle recovery, has her own program called the WORKUP. Let's just get her in and start talking to her because she's unbelievable. Here we go. Things are joining in now. Things are happening. I could feel that. Yes. Hey! There you
Hi,
are.
guys.
Hi.
Hi Al, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
Good.
Thank you for being here. Are you enjoying your
Yes.
Passover?
Yes. Well, yes. How was yours?
Yeah.
We didn't do anything, but
Yeah.
we did a whole Zoom Seder last year, and that was fun.
Oh,
The end of
nice.
that.
So
How are y'all?
we're
We're
great.
good.
We're so happy you're here.
Yeah.
You know, one of the great things about Mindset, I think, for us has been the ability to work with so many wonderful people like yourself. So thank you for being part of the Mindset family. Really, since the start, you've been really integral in everything that's happening. So thank you.
Yeah, I love them. I mean, I've been taking CBD products for a few years now. So, like, consistently, and especially since the pandemic is like, okay, like the edge. I need to take the edge off pretty much every single day because otherwise it's just like a spiral. You don't know you don't know where you're gonna go. And with running your own business, as you guys know, like you really need to stay on track.
Oh, 100%.
Yes, you have to have a balanced system.
So
Yeah.
speaking of which, we're talking about mindset, and there was a mindset obviously you had prior, it was a year ago, right? You had your mindset a year ago, the mindset during the quarantine, and the mindset after. Take us back to a year ago. Where were you mindset wise, and where were you?
I really didn't give myself even a moment to go anywhere other than, okay, like I need to figure this out immediately. So, you know, in fitness, we all lost our jobs pretty much like within a day. And I was actually on vacation. I took like the last trip out of New York
Right.
to get away. But I was like, okay, I need to make a business by tomorrow. So I really just was like working. And then, you know, the start of quarantine, everything's blowing up, Instagram lives all the time. We're figuring out Zoom. We're trying to serve clients. Everyone in fitness was like, how can I reach my people who are really needing
Yeah.
help and support right now, and like trying to figure out regular routines and something that can like keep your mindset going, right? So that was really my like main plan. And then it obviously during it, once the months dragged on and we knew that we were going to be in this process for a long time, it got darker. Obviously, you know, you're like doing the same thing every single day. You're in the house, you're trying to stay safe, you're on Instagram all the time seeing people running on vacation, or you know, it's like hard to compare what other people are going through when you're doing this. But now that you know, people are getting vaccinated and it's springtime in New York, kind of starting to feel a little bit lighter. And although things are still changing really rapidly, it just helps to know that good things are coming. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
of course.
yes.
Yeah, no, the sun's going to shine again. It's going to be amazing. We all were forced, obviously, into a situation that some of us were better prepared for than others. Some of us, but we were all there together. What are the things that you took with you? What were the positives that you're bringing through with you now into this next phase of whatever this next phase is going to be? What are the things that you appreciate happened?
My lifestyle before this was completely unreasonable. I was, you know, working for another company and I would do anything, for them, and not being reciprocated back at me. I was up every single day before 4:30 out the door running to train. I was a zombie, and it affects like my partnership with my partner and how I took care of my dog and how I took care of myself.
Yeah.
So like really learning, like, I need to sleep this much. I need to listen to when I'm actually hungry instead of like eating because I'm scared because I'm going into teaching and I don't want to be hungry later, like shoving food down my face quickly. Like really listening is something that I'm going to take forward, but also just like learning how to connect to who my people are. When you work for a different brand, you're under that brand. But when you're your own person, you can have your own philosophies and your own thing. Like I definitely have a different way of speaking about exercise and body positivity than I did before because it's mine.
Absolutely. So one of the things that was, I think, amazing is you did build this community, right? You built this community of people. Can you tell us a little bit about what that was like and how impactful that was in terms of?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because when you're in something like fitness or, with your own brand, I'm sure you guys understand too. Like you don't know who's going to be with you. You don't know who's going to follow you. And all you can do is like put your best foot forward, whether it's a product or a service, and hope that people like appreciate that.
Yeah, but if I could stop you, one thing that you did is very similar to what we did. And that is that not only did we do that, but we did it authentically. Whatever it was whoever it was who we were. So if you go to your Instagram, it's just there. This is who you are. Love me, don't love me, like me, don't like me. This is who I am.
Whoever resonates.
Whoever resonates. And those people are going to attract, and the other people are going to fall away anyway. And that's what I found has been this amazing synergy is once you're just authentic.
Exactly.
It all just falls together. We're supposed to.
There's no point for me. I've never been good at hiding it. And I tried so long to just do what other people wanted. And people saw through that. So that, it doesn't work. Whereas when I can really be myself, yeah, sure. Like you may not like it. I don't have thousands of people in my Zoom classes, but I'm also not faking it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
of course.
When you're your authentic self and you're taking care of yourself, you really, it shows and it attracts people.
And I think it serves the people who need it more.
100%.
100%. I think that, one of the things that it happened to us as a global population, obviously, we've gone through these systemic changes and part of our jobs, your job, our job through CBD, your job through yoga and all the other natural remedies is going to be helping people to rebalance and refine their wellness. Because there's so many people that are going to be coming out of this, I think, with a relief, but also not addressing the fact that they maybe didn't give themselves enough self-care along the way. And they're going to have to address that self-care now because they can't avoid it. It's going to come up.
Yeah. And like one of my favorite things, this shouldn't be one of my favorite things, is when clients are like, hey, I actually don't want to do multiple classes in a day anymore. I noticed that it's better if I just do one, really focus on it, and then move on with my day. And these are people who used to take like 3 classes in a day and run into the office all day and go to happy hour all night. Like we're really run down, but it has taken time to notice that like, hey, my body actually feels better if I do one thing and focus on it and in the morning and then move on and do this, that, and the other. And that's so exciting. Like you were just doing something because you thought you were supposed to. And now you're really feeling what your body wants and needs. And that's really exciting.
It is. It's so important to listen to your body. I agree 100%. Yeah.
My mom just joined. Hi, Mom.
Oh,
Hi, Mom. How proud are you? Oh, the Shane Punham. Look at this.
I didn't even know she knew how to work Instagram. So.
Well, listen, when there's a will, there's a way.
Exactly. We all figured it out real quick.
So tell us about this actual sculpt program that you created. You founded the WORKUP.
Yeah. So
and that's amazing.
The WORKUP started again a year ago. I was in Jamaica. I was literally making it. But I was a dancer. So I grew up being told that I wanted my body to look a certain way, and I was already tall, so everyone's like, great, check that off. I was super skinny when I was younger, so they were like, great, check that off. But no one actually taught me how to train myself, because couldn't get any bigger. Like, don't get any more muscular.
Right.
You're good the way you are. So I did, you know, like, I was on the if I went to the gym, it was to like get smaller, and I was on the elliptical and, you know, doing crunches, like nothing. It took me until the end of college to find Pilates that really changed how my body worked, and didn't change my muscle tone that much. But then it was really when I started lifting heavy weights and training in a studio that I noticed most of the people going to class, like heavy hit classes, didn't know how to do any of the movements correctly. So the general population can't squat, can't lunge, can't hinge their hips.
Yeah.
You know,
I can't stand at this point.
the
But that's beside the point.
the simplest functional movements that we need to survive. But I know that a lot of women come from this philosophy that they don't want to lift heavy weights and they don't want to get bulky. So the workup is kind of like a blend of functional fitness and then like Pilates and bar based movements.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Kind of sneak in this training with lighter weights and on the beat, all the things that you would want from a bar class, but we're not really doing that. Like, I'm sneaking in functional movements so you can learn how to squat, you can learn how to hinge, you're rowing, you're doing all this stuff, but it's disguised as a bar class.
That's
I love
incredible.
that.
That's unbelievable.
That really is.
Yeah,
So
because I want women to feel comfortable doing these movements, but without the fear of, you know, going to the gym and getting bulky, which isn't going to happen anyways. The ultimate goal is that you eventually use this as an auxiliary to your like training program with a trainer, or you're going to a strength training class.
Right.
But it's a lot of PT, you know, it's a lot of PT based movements. Like if you've ever had a hip or knee or shoulder injury, which I've had all of those,
Yeah.
you know,
Because you move, right.
exactly.
I avoided
Like,
those by staying still.
yeah. So like people are like, oh my gosh, I do those movements in PT. And I'm like, of course you do.
Right.
That's why they're here.
It's funny that I think you touched on it for a second, but I think body image, what do you, I know that that's something that's important to you as well. Are you finding that?
Yeah, it's again really difficult in the method that I find that I'm best at reaching people, because the whole like bar mentality is that you want to get a dancer's body, but dancers' bodies aren't made; they're picked out. Again, I was tall and skinny, so it was like, okay,
right.
You know, it's like the people who make it to ballet were chosen,
of course,
at a very young age. You don't make that. You know, so
right.
The
they put you into categories, and those categories are sort of the directions.
Right.
You're going to play basketball. You're going to do ballet. You're going to.
Right. The idea that a workout's going to make you long and lean is bullshit. That's not the way it works.
Yeah.
If you want to get longer and leaner, that's usually in the kitchen, and it requires a little bit more sensitivity to what you're eating. But a 40-minute workout, low impact workout, is not going to do that. Right. So I want people to be aware that like you got to do stuff that makes your body feel good and keeps it strong. If you want to focus on nutrition, you got to make that decision. But one of the best things I was told in college when like, you know, my body started changing a little bit and I was clearly not okay with it. And my professor at the time was like, you know, there's changes happening and you get to decide if you're okay with that. But you need to make a decision. You either need to change something or you need to learn to be okay with it, because your confidence is taking a hit and you're not walking around the same way you used to. So either get over it or change your mind. And I was like, okay. I was like, you know what? That's right, because I'm not okay with it. So I do want to make a shift. And that came down to, you know, taking care of myself. It was less drinking, you know, less going.
You chose your mindset, literally, and everything else. That's incredible.
And that's what I tell, you know, that's what I tell a lot of my clients, because especially right now, we're less active. People are like, oh, I'm working out every single day. I'm really trying with the nutrition, and I'm like, it's just not the same as the amount of activity that we were getting, especially in New York. You were running, literally running around. So unless you're going outside and making sure you're getting, you know, your 10,000 steps, going on long walks, making sure you're getting the movement in somewhere else, your body might have shifted slightly.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But you have to decide. You got to decide if that's okay with you. And, you know, right now, a lot of people have decided, like, okay, I've accepted that this is something that's occurring in this moment, and we can move on. And if you're not okay, then you got to figure that out.
Yeah. I think one of the most important things that you, especially you with movement, is not just about moving for my body, but moving the energy. You know, the energy can get stuck. And so with that energy gets stuck inside, it starts to have the systemic
Right.
feeling.
So you can transmute your energy by moving. So I made sure for myself and, you know, and John, that that our mindset was, you know, through this whole thing was, you know, we need to move our bodies. We need to get outside no matter what the weather is, no matter what's going on, at least a half hour a day. I mean, we do more, but like at least a half hour a day, or even if it's 20 minutes, whatever you can do, get outside and walk. If there's nothing else you do, get outside and walk. And that's really, it's free, it's easy. And that's really a lot of and it keeps your mind active, because getting out, walking, your mind is active. You're transmuting energy.
So with all of this, how does CBD now play into your routine? How does that become part of the wellness that you're achieving?
I mean, I use it in multiple ways. So usually I take a health gummy in the morning before I teach, because even still, like even teaching a Zoom class every single morning in my living room, the tech still makes me nervous, you know? So like, I don't know if Zoom's gonna screw up. I don't know if my internet's gonna go out. It's like I'm putting on a show every single day.
Right.
And I still sit here and get a little nervous. And I can't give up coffee. I have to drink coffee right away in the morning. And I do it before I teach, which I probably shouldn't do, because I might be a little jittery, but whatever. So I drink a coffee. I have a health CBD. And then usually it's in the mid-afternoon that I notice if my mindset's starting to spiral. And it typically depends on if I've done my workout yet or not, and how much I'm working. So I'll take a focus like around this time, if I feel a little like
right.
Same. You need a little pick me up. You need a little more.
Like, how is the rest of this day gonna happen? And then I usually have to take something at night. It depends, because I used to never be like this. I could sleep like nothing. But again, you know, I'm looking at my phone, seeing who's signed up for class tomorrow. I'm thinking about that, like right before bed. Again, I should not be doing that.
Right, yeah.
But it's just something I do. And
and
then if I can't fall asleep, I always try to fall asleep without any help. And then I'll take something if I need to. And then the new muscle recovery, I'm loving so much.
Yeah, the recharge stick, cool, right?
Good. The recharge stick is amazing. I use it a lot on my neck, because like sitting on my computer all the time.
Yeah.
It wakes you up. I love it.
That's
and it smells so good, right? I love
it really does. It really does. And it doesn't feel like icy hot or something like that. It feels like sticky. This doesn't do any of that, which I love.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So if someone was curious about trying CBD for the first time, based on your experience, what would you say to them?
My partner and I actually, when we first started taking it, he said, it makes you care about everything a little less. Hi, Steve. Makes you care about everything a little less. And so when you care too much, you know, about things that are making you anxious, it just like cuts through that a little bit. And like, I remember when first CBD was coming out, people were like, oh my God, but can you take it when you're working? I'm like, yeah, literally nothing changes other than you can breathe a little bit more and you're not as anxious. Like I started taking it mostly on airplanes, but then I was like, wait, I could take this all the time.
Yeah, it's great. It's really
fun.
is. Yeah. No,
It balances your system. It makes you less anxious. I mean, for me anyway.
It's all about balance. That's exactly. The whole thing. Nature leaves all these little shortcuts for us to follow. And those are yoga is one of them, and meditation is one of them, and CBD is one. It's just a little shortcut that this simple little molecule from a hemp plant can optimize your endocannabinoid system to balance out, and that'll give you lack of anxiety and lack of inflammation, all those great things.
Yeah. And I'm so glad it's like more mainstream, and, you know, a lot more people are using it because it is so helpful and readily available that.
Oh yeah. It's really, I think we're really just the very beginning of it. And I think that, you know, again, once the medical communities begin to really get into it and embrace it more and see it as less as an alternative medicine, but actually the science behind it is just so simple and makes sense that we're hoping that. But one of the other things that I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to sort of wrap up with a little bit, was another kind of a nature hack that I came up with, and it's gratitude. One of the things that I found throughout this whole entire quarantine time and throughout building the company, throughout everything, was that whenever I got down, if I could find gratitude in the simplest thing about where I was or what I was doing, I could not be happy. And it's like nature's way of giving us this little hack. So if you find gratitude, you get this happiness. Mm-hmm. It really is unbelievable. So I wanted to ask you, what are you grateful for right now? What is it that you're grateful for?
Oh, well, I mean, my partner and I have been in this apartment for a full year. I think we took a weekend off once, and could not be more grateful that is going well. We live in a beautiful apartment in Brooklyn, and you know, I know a lot of people had a really tough time being with their person for all of this, but grateful. Also grateful for the community that I built, obviously. Like, I'm super competitive naturally, which is where a lot of my anxiety stems from. But, you know, the people that show up for me every single day, like, could, like, mounds of gratitude. We just celebrated a year of classes, and
wow.
Like,
congratulations.
Thank you. Some of the same people who took my first class in March of 2020 were still taking consistently, and that just blows my mind.
That says amazing. So much. Yeah, wow. That is amazing. Wow. You have so much to be grateful for.
Yeah. I mean, that's enough, you know. I have a beautiful dog. But like with
what
all
kind
that,
of dog?
She's a
Can we see the dog?
She's sleeping right now. She hates me on my phone.
You know, this is her big moment to wake her up potentially.
She's a 9-pound Chiweenie, so she's Wawa and a dachshund. Literally had a baby.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
That is so funny. Oh my God, I can't wait to see her one day.
Yeah.
Now you have everyone wanting to see her.
She's on the Instagram. She has a whole highlight. So
okay. I love that. I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Yeah.
So obviously your program, the WORKUP, is really, it sounds incredibly brilliant. How does somebody get in touch with you if they want to get involved with the program?
All of the information is on my Instagram at al.marie.lyons, and then also the-workup.
Okay.
But that's also on my Instagram too.
Great. Also, what is your favorite Mindset CBD product? What's your personal favorite?
I mean, the roller is definitely really high up there right now, but I think Focus is my favorite gummy, like, flavor overall. I'm a person. I like the gummies.
So yeah.
They do taste good. Everyone loves the gummies. It's true.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do pills, and I don't do well with oils, so the gummies are bae.
Great. Yeah. Well,
love that.
Thank you so much. I really think that in so many ways, you really are the new face of what wellness is going to be. You're authentic, you're unapologetic, you're real, you're incredible. We feel so much gratitude to have you involved
working with you all, and honestly, couldn't be happier with the products too. They're so amazing.
Great.
Happy to be working with you.
Yes. And anybody wants to go to the website, go to mindsetwellnesscbd.com. You have a code? Do you want to?
Yeah, it's the WORKUP for 10% off and free shipping.
That's right. So just use the WORKUP and you get 10% off and free shipping. Al, thank you so much. Have an incredible day, and I can't wait to send you your next package.
Yes, I'm gonna reach out. I need some new gummies. So
you got it.
All right, bye guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.